Hi, it's Sharon with Positively Provost. I also own It's Time Promotions, and I've been very fortunate to work with you, Chireen. I think probably 4 or 5 years already. I think I should have looked back. And Chireen, I just want to give a shout out to you as well. Every time I meet with you every year for my taxes, you're almost like my champion. You've seen me go through some really hard times and literally in tears, and you've really been my champion. Every year you point out things, a way we can improve our services, or improve our financials, and something to focus on the year to come. And so I just really, I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart and being in my corner to help us with that. And you're always like a text and an email away, and you help me and my bookkeeper. So I thank you very, very much for that, especially for these crazy times that we're in. Like for me, you're a champion to me on a regular basis, but in these crises, you're like even more of a champion, if that's even more of a champion. I'm here, superhero. So Chireen is with KBH. Your head office is in Lloyd, and you also come here to Provost. But I'll let you, if that's okay, Chireen, explain what you exactly do, if that's okay.
Thank you so much, Sharon. That's really kind of you to say those things. I hope that all of my clients feel like you do, because I care about them just as much as I care about everyone who works for me and my own business. So KBH has been. We have our head office in Edmonton, but we've been in Provost for. Well, I wish I should have looked it up, but we've owned that Provost office for I think 25 years,
Oh,
and
wow.
so. Yeah, so I've been going out there since 2001, no, 2002. Spring of 2002 was my first year arriving in the provost office. I grew up in a small community, so I love the small community, and that's why I love to come to provost. The people there care about other people, and I just think it's always so great to deal with those kind of people, and I'm always happy to come out to the provost office. I spend several weeks there in the spring during personal tax season, and then I travel there on almost a monthly basis the rest of the year, just depending on requirements. And we have such great staff at our office there. Laurie Fleck is our office manager there, and she's an exceptional employee, and we're really grateful for all that she can offer to our clients as well through the provost office.
Yeah, Larie's literally, if I'm stumbling over something, she'll literally walk in my front door and come and help me with trying to understand something, right? Because I'm like, yeah, so no, I hats off for sure. I really appreciate her. So I think, can we actually, before you touch base, can you, there's a lot of, I know you have lots to talk about, and I'm going to let you have the floor right away, but we didn't pre-talk about online accounting packages. Like, I'm a big fan of QBO, and I've been using, I think, 3 or 4 years now. I love it. But I know there's other packages. Do you have any insight for people that are trying to switch over?
I think QBO is the package right now, Sharon, as far as what's available in Canada. They are the ones that are putting the most resources into developing their software, their cloud-based software, as well as any person who is creating an app that's going to integrate with an online accounting software is integrating with QBO. There's really, there are other softwares out there. There's Xero, and Sage has a version, but right now in Canada, I would say QBO is top of the pile, and it's something that I mean, as you did for your business, it's something that you can actually learn online as well through webinars, and we can also provide that kind of support. But I think it's something that that really is something that you can almost teach yourself, maybe in these times where you have time to work on your business because things are a bit slower. This might be the opportune time for someone to have a look at that and do some of their online courses that they have, and a lot of them are free, and see if it might work for their business.
Yeah, I absolutely love it, and I'm so grateful I did that changeover for however long. So anybody out there in our community, if you have any questions on it or need some help switching over, I'm available. I would love to help anybody if I can as well. So Chireen, if it's okay, I know you want to talk about people's personal taxes and then also business. So I think we're going to start off with the personal. Is that correct? Yeah. So I'm going to just let you go with this.
Okay, so right now in these trying times and crazy times that we're experiencing, obviously quite a few individuals have lost all or some of their source of income. So a couple of things. One is CRA has an account called My Account. That is how all of the funds are going to be distributed. So it's very important for you to go online to the CRA website and get registered for My Account. That's step number one for everyone, okay? You go on there, you get registered, and then any benefits that are going to be available, you're going to be able to apply through there or see them what's coming and what the date is through there. So currently, obviously, people who were employed for an extended period of time and qualifying for employment insurance and have been temporarily laid off, permanently laid off, whatever, they will be entitled to those EI benefits. Okay, so that process I know is frustrating right now. It's not my area of expertise, but I've heard that the waits are very long and it's frustrating logging in because it's so. Unfortunately, I don't have any really great advice there except patience. And that's not everyone doesn't have that right now given their situation.
Yes.
Okay, so that's, and then as well is there will also be sickness benefits, which are shorter term EI for anyone who has contacted COVID-19. Other things as well, or has to look after someone who has contracted COVID-19. So that's a form of EI benefits. It's slightly different than the regular benefits, okay? And if you don't qualify for EI benefits, then they call it CERB, the CERB benefit. That's the one you're going to apply for through your My Account. Those benefits, that application is supposed to be available come Monday. Okay, so the most recent information I think that came out, I think it was yesterday because I saw it this morning, is so that's a benefit of $500 a week for the 16 weeks is what they've determined right now. So that's March, April, and May, I believe, middle of March till middle of June, maybe. Just hang on. But they've actually come up with a date that you can actually go online. So on Monday, people who are born in January, February, or March can apply. On Tuesday, people born in April, May, and June can apply.
So smart.
Wednesday, July, August, and September, and Thursday, October, November, and December. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, anyone who didn't get in those other days. And I think the reason for that is just they're worried about crashing their site too, and then nobody gets the benefit. So I think.
So how do people find those times again? Is that on the My Account, or is
yes,
it
on your My Account, that will be available to them. Okay.
Okay.
So this is available to anyone who's at least 15 years old, who had to stop working because of COVID-19. Not voluntarily quit. This benefit is going to be so important to self-employed people because they don't qualify for employment insurance. Okay, so this benefit is really important to someone who is self-employed, whose work is no longer due to COVID-19. Okay, you had to have at least $5,000 worth of income in 2019, and what it doesn't qualify for is a student. So if you were a student and you worked last summer, but you're not going to be able to work this summer, unfortunately, it doesn't, those people cannot. So currently there's no benefits available to students. I'm hoping that, I think maybe what their thought process is, although, you know, this is just me predicting, is that we're currently not in the student employment situation yet.
Yes.
So maybe there may be still some opportunities.
I have a question for you, Chireen. We know somebody, he had quit one job because he got another job and he was going to go up to Grand Prairie, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So he got employed, but he hasn't actually started to work yet, and that job got put off. Is there any resources for him?
I think this resource is for him because yes, he quit his job, but because he quit it because he was going to another job, and that job has been affected by COVID-19.
Okay, good, because like he has a family, yeah. Anyway, so he's like, holy doodles. Okay, that's good to know.
Okay.
I'm really excited.
And then we have seen the extension of the personal income tax deadline filing till June 1st, as well as anyone who owes any personal income tax for the 2019 filing would have until September 1st to pay their balance due without any interest or penalties, okay?
Okay.
My concern is we'll all want to defer doing that because nobody likes filing their taxes.
Yeah.
But if you're getting a refund, or you may be entitled to any child tax benefits, GST credits, or you are a senior who is getting additional subsidies from the government, it's important to not delay your filing, because that could cause you an interruption in those benefits. So we really want to ensure that we get those filed as quickly as possible, so we don't see interruption of benefits for people who obviously are really going to need it right now.
Right.
There's also good child tax benefit and GST credit. There will be a additional lump sum payment being made this month to those individuals who were already entitled to those benefits. So once you log into your My Account, you will also be able to see the timing of those benefit payments and what the new amount is going to be. So that's crucial. The other thing is payment deferrals. So those have been offered to all individuals as well, not only mortgage payment deferrals, but loan payment deferrals in a lot of situations as well. I caution people, if this is your only option, obviously it's desperate times, you may need to take advantage of this. The concern that I have with doing a deferral is if you could talk to your institution about maybe deferring the principal portion of your loan or your mortgage only, so that you're not compounding interest upon interest, because that could be, if you're deferring 6 months, that could be fairly substantial depending on the size of debt that we're talking about. So two things. One, if you can avoid deferrals, it's really a deferral. Eventually you have to pay it, so you should. If you can't avoid a deferral, it's just not an option for you. If you're able to pay interest only for now and defer your principal portions, that's going to be of a more of a benefit for you than compounding the interest. If your full deferral is your only option right now to keep food on the table for your family, my heart breaks for you, but you should do it. Cash is king right now. We have to do whatever it takes to keep our home and keep our family fed.
Right. Yeah, and it's so scary because we don't know how long this is going to go for, right?
Exactly. So there
So
are some options like that, and I know we've heard a lot on the news about mortgage deferrals, but it is loan deferrals as well are available in almost all cases. I've heard of also where they've been deferring line of credit, even credit card. But again, do it if it's your last resort, but make sure you're doing it, on those, if you have to do a full deferral, please do it on your lowest interest items, your mortgage first, then your loans. Please leave your credit cards to the most desperate of times, because that's going to cause you significant pain down the road.
Right. And I think that's, what about, sorry, I'm off topic here. Like, I just talked with the Community Futures yesterday, and it was a great meeting with her, and they have like loans available. Would you recommend like getting a small loan instead of missing those payments for now? Or what would your thoughts on that?
Depending on the kind of what kind of rates the Community Futures would be able to offer. So if there was something where, say, you could get a small loan today to make those payments that are higher interest payments today, then that would make sense. I think that certainly we want to secure some credit if we can right now, even if we secure it and don't have to use it right now, just to kind of give yourself a little bit of a safeguard, because we don't know how long this is going.
Right.
So it's kind of like securing that credit today to ensure that if you need it down the road, you have it, but not necessarily using it right now.
Yeah, because she even mentioned, because we don't know how long these government funding is going to come in. So she says a lot of times they can switch it over pretty fast. There's an X amount, I think $25,000 unless there's an X amount. The interest rate is good, and then when that funding comes back from the government, you can pay it back with no penalty. So I thought that was kind of nice.
So to go into the business side of it then, Sharon, for business owners, the other thing is, so just like a My Account for an individual, there's a My Business account for business owners. That is crucial. That has got to be set up now, okay? So lots of people, some people would have had it already, some businesses. some would have relied on their accountants for what we call represent a client, but those do not have the same access that My Business has. The My Business account needs to be set up to get these additional wage subsidies, etc. So we need to get those set up. So when you go on to the CRA website for the My Business account, you click register, you go through a process of questions, then they have to send you a code which takes 5 to 10 days. So you need to do this now so that you're not delayed in getting some of this funding that's available for businesses.
So sorry, can I interrupt you for 1 second? When you say send a code, does it come by email and mail, or how does it come?
Mail only, Sharon.
Right.
Okay, sorry, just let me get my.
Because I know we didn't have ours totally activated, and we had to activate it, and for ROEs, and we're still waiting on that code, and it's coming 5 days now, and I think it comes in the mail. So yeah.
The one thing I was concerned about was that because CRA has so many, they don't have anyone working there right now, right? Everyone's working remotely or not working at all. I was concerned there would be a delay, but I've been told those are automatically generated codes. So, and automatically stuffed and mailed, so it doesn't matter, that it should not be delayed further than 5 to 10 days. So I'm happy to hear that. I hope that it's the truth.
Okay, good.
Okay, so a couple of things available to business owners right now who have had declines in their revenue. You've heard tons on the news, probably, or read about wage subsidies. Okay, there's 2 programs currently available for the wage subsidy. Okay, the first program that was announced was a 10% wage subsidy. That is still available. That is available to any corporation, partnership, not-for-profit that that was not a large corp. So a large corp is a special thing. It doesn't apply to them, but most people will not be in that situation, okay?
Okay.
The 10% subsidy works such that up to the amount of tax withheld from each individual you employ to 10% of their gross pay, you could reduce your source remittance by that. I have a spreadsheet that I'd be happy to offer to anyone who wants it to do this calculation, because there's a $1,375 max per employee. There's a $25,000 max per business. So it is a bit of a calculation, but that is available to all businesses, especially businesses who don't qualify for the 75% subsidy. So that is available and I'd be happy to share that spreadsheet with people. Okay. So that's the first wage subsidy that was announced.
Okay.
The next wage subsidy that was announced is the 75% wage subsidy. This is also available to every business in Canada except those publicly funded. But you have to have seen a 30% decline in revenue over the same month last year. So March of 2019, March of 2020 needs to be 70% or less of what March of 19 was, okay? So people need to get their bookkeeping up to date so that they know if they qualify. It's going to be so important, as well as they need to be looking at last year's numbers and trying to predict what the next month is going to be, because my concern is you keep your employees on and then you have a 29% decline and you don't qualify for the wage subsidy. And as a business owner, you would have made a different decision, a hard one, but a different one, had you known that. So it's really important to be looking at those numbers carefully or getting some advice from someone regarding that. So the way that the 75% wage subsidy works is there is a maximum to it. So it is to a maximum of sorry, I gotta get my, where's my page here? $847 a week per employee, okay? So that's essentially someone who is making in excess of, can't be making in excess of $58,700 per year, okay? They also say they want business owners to be trying to make up the 25% that they're not going to subsidize for these individuals. but it's not a requirement. If the business really, its revenues, like if maybe you could if you dropped only 30%, but if you've dropped 90% or 100%, obviously we have to be sure that there's a business there for these employees to work in when times recover. So it's not a requirement, but you do have to attest to doing your best to keep your employees whole. Okay.
So something like that we've talked about before would be ideal for my business, because April everything is just like it's just our pipeline's empty, right? So but
Exactly.
it's a worry for a lot of us, because your employees have been with you for so many years and you worry about them, right? So this is great. This is great news.
This is great for your employee as well, because it's going to be better than what they can get on employment insurance, right? So, and they can still contribute to the business. So maybe it's not billable things or things that you can bill to your clients, but let's work on our businesses in these times to make them that much better and innovate, to make them, so that we can have something when these times turn around.
Yeah.
So I think there's an opportunity for business owners with this wage subsidy as well.
I think there's a huge opportunity, and especially if you have those dedicated employees, right? Like it's perfect. So that's really exciting.
So just to get back to what you were saying from the Community Futures lady, so this is where she would be coming into play, I think, is the application for this, even though it is going to backdate to March 15th, anyone paid, it's not going to be available on your My Business till April 22nd.
Okay.
So there's going to be a lag, okay?
Yeah.
And we don't expect the first payments to come out from this program until probably late April or early May. So that means those employees you've paid, maybe at the end of March, you're not going to see the subsidy for them until 6 weeks after you've already paid them. So this could be causing a cash flow issue with your business. So you have to keep that in mind. You also then need to see if you can find some sort of bridge. And I have a bit of an idea about that as well. The Community Futures is a great one. I'll offer my idea as well with that.
Sure, that's perfect.
And then it's you revisit this every month. So right now they've said March, April, and May. This program, is it June as well? That this March, April, and May right now that this 75% program is going to be available for. Okay. And it's a month by month. So if you qualify, you don't qualify in March, so you take the 10% wage subsidy, but you qualify in April for the 75, you can flip-flop between the two programs based on where your qualification stands. So if you don't qualify for the 75%, then you can always use the 10% as long as you haven't reached the max for it.
Okay, perfect. That's exciting. Okay, so just for clarification for me, Chireen, so when I go to write, say if I do this 75% or whoever's going to do this, so you go to write their check, they still clock in regular, and you just do the 75% of what you would normally pay them.
Yeah, and like I said, giving your best effort to paying them up to 100% of their regular salary if your business is able. Perfect. So say your business has only dropped 70%. Maybe you still are able to make your employees whole, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, if your business has dropped 100%, you aren't likely to be able to make your business whole.
Right. Okay.
Or your employees whole.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay.
Okay. Now here's my idea associated with this issue with not getting your funding for 6 weeks after you've paid your employees. I say everyone who could get this should be applying for it. It is the Canada Emergency Business Account, okay? It's a $40,000 line of credit available to any business who had between $50,000 and $1 million worth of payroll, so your T4 summary for 2019.
Okay.
This is going to be available through your financial institutions on Monday.
Oh.
Okay, so I know most financial institutions are going to have some sort of online portal that people go into to fill out this application form. It is secured by the federal government. It is interest-free.
Wow.
The way it's going to work is it's a line of credit It's $40,000. It's going to be available as a line of credit to you until December of this year.
Okay.
No, this is no interest until January 1st of 2023.
Holy.
Yeah,
Yay.
people have to be doing this. Businesses that qualify need to be doing this. On December 31st of this year, it will convert to a 5-year term loan. Okay, it will be no longer a line of credit. My suggestion, make sure it's maxed at that point.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Okay, so sorry, I'm kind of excited about that. Can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
So do we have to go through the ATB to apply for it, or do we go to the Canadian Emergency Account?
No, you go through your financial institution.
So we wait till Monday, contact them. Okay.
Yes. Well, contact them today and get on their list.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, after January 1st of 2023, it will be an interest rate of 5% per year. Okay. Here's another like big win on this.
Okay.
If you can pay back 75% of your balance by December 31st of 2022, 25% of your balance will be forgiven.
Get out of town.
So that could, if you've got the full 40,000, that's a $10,000 savings to your business on an interest-free balance that you were able to carry for 2.5 years. So I would be making sure I had the funds available, if at all possible, by December 31st of 2022 to pay back 75% of that debt so that I get my 25% free.
So if you carried it at a zero all the way along, you don't qualify. You have to have money in there and put money in the.
You have to have it advanced.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And it has to be used. It has to be used for eligible business operating expenses, essentially. So payroll and non-deferrable expenses, right? So rent or lease payments, like operating type costs, and it could also be used to help keep your employees whole or whatever that's going to be, right? But it has to be used in business. But I'm pretty sure everyone's going to have business expenses to justify that 40,000 by the end of this year. And let's take advantage of this. This is a real opportunity for businesses. I want everyone who could qualify or who qualifies for this by having the payroll that was necessary for 2019. So what you need for that is you need your 2019 T4 summary. Okay, so the bank's going to need to have that in order to get you set up for this.
Perfect. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is really exciting to me. Okay, and then also just talking a little bit about deferrals for businesses as well. Again, lots of loan deferrals and that out there, as well as if your GST period falls February, March, or April, they have extended you being able to pay your GST until June 30th. But I caution people with this again. You still have to have the money available June 30th. We could be still in the middle of this crisis in June 30th. So I'm hesitant to take that deferral unless it's absolutely necessary. I might take that deferral, but have the money set aside in another account, knowing that I'd have it available for June 30th. Okay.
Right. Okay.
One other item is there is still the EI Workshare program. People were using this previously. It has been extended to 72 weeks. I think it's another one that could be good for businesses that have had had to reduce their employee hours by at least 10%. It's fairly administrative heavy, but it is an option out there. And I'd be happy to talk to someone about it if they think that it might be an option for their business. I know it's quite complicated, so I don't want to go into it here, Sharon, but I just want to make sure that people are aware that it is out there, and we could have there could be some opportunity there.
So sorry, again, I have one more question on that one. So would that be like, I know some restaurants, they've had to cut staff, but yet they're working stupid hours. Would that be a situation? Would that be a scenario for that?
Not necessarily, I guess, Sharon, in the restaurant industry. It could. The way it works is you have to have kind of a group of employees. So say you had all of your cooks that could fall into this wage, to this in your restaurant scenario. And then you have to distribute the hours evenly amongst them
Okay.
that are available, and then EI pays some, and it essentially pays your business, and then you pay
Okay.
the employee. So it could be an option. I've seen it used a lot over the last 5 years in oil field related businesses that were seeing a slowdown. They still had some work, but they didn't have enough, but they had key people. Maybe it was a fab shop and they had welders they really needed to keep, so they would go on this type of job share program. I've seen it in plumbing businesses, again, where you have skilled people that you don't want to lose, but you just don't have enough work to keep everyone busy. So you share it amongst what you do have available.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Wow, that was really...
So that was a lot of information, but I think my key takeaways for business anyway are ensuring you get your My Business account set up, and then making sure your bookkeeping is up to date and as accurate as possible, so that you know which subsidy you will qualify on the wage subsidy side. And then also just ensuring that you can do your best to adequately predict what your future month is going to look like, so you know if you keep your employees on, that you're making the right business decision from a subsidy standpoint. And then applying for that Canadian business, what do they call it again? Sorry, I got to look.
Canada Emergency Account.
Canada Emergency Business Account.
Okay.
Get on it.
I'm going to. Okay, I have lots of notes, so I'll try to make something smart here for a heading for everybody, Chireen. And you did say that you're able to share that spreadsheet. Is it okay? Do you want me to put down your email, or do you want me just to attach it? Like, how could people reach out to you?
I'm going to see if that, we also, sorry if I could add, KBH.ca on our homepage, there's COVID-19. If you click on that, there is links there to all of the, there's articles we've wrote, as well as links to all of the government sites that would give you information. So please head to our website if you're looking for information. I'm also going to check with our IT if I could put that wage subsidy spreadsheet on there as well, so people could go there. But certainly provide my email address, Sharon. I'd be happy to assist anyone in these trying times.
Perfect. So I will do that, definitely. And I think that I'd get mass emails from your office about the whole COVID-19 and all those links. So I really appreciate that as well.
Yeah. We're all getting, so we're trying to find the balance, because everyone's getting so many mass emails. Every place you've ever shopped is telling you what they're doing about COVID-19 multiple times a day. So it's hard to find that balance.
That's right. Yes, it's definitely overwhelming. So I know you're very, very busy. So I think we can probably sign off. Hey, Chireen, again,
that's great. Thank you, Sharon.
I know that you're very busy, and I really appreciate you taking the time to help us in our community, for sure, Chireen. So I'm really appreciative again. So I'm going to hit end record, then you and I can stay on, and I'll just touch base with you before we sign off, if that's okay. So thank you again, Chireen, from me and everybody in our community.
Thank you. Everyone stay healthy, stay kind, and stay positive.
Thank you.